So, I'm happy to report back with good news. If you did not get a chance to watch the first video or the part 1 video of me describing what happened with my Surface Book 2, click up above. I'll leave an info card up there for you to go ahead and check that out and watch that first. Then come back to this video so you can find out the follow-up story. So when I posted my very first video on the design flaw, pointing out my Surface Book 2 15-inch where it had that thin crack on the bezel, several of you left comments describing that you also had the same exact issue with your Surface Book 2, and several of you also left very helpful comments, so thank you for that. Some of those comments, of course, were number 1, get a screen protector, number 2, buy Microsoft Complete, the warranty service for it, and number 3 for me, which is what I did, was someone said, hey, go in and speak to the manager. So being that the closest Microsoft store to me was about 2 hours away, I decided to give the store a call, and I asked to speak to a manager. And day one, I didn't get a hold of the manager because the manager was busy on the floor, so they did take my phone number and everything, which 2 days later I had not heard back from them, so I went ahead and called back just to see what they were going to say. So I asked to speak to a manager. I did get a manager on the phone. I explained my story very briefly, just short and to the point of what had happened. And good news is he said they were willing to waive the $649 fee this one time. So I packed up my stuff, backed up my data, went to the store. He swapped it out, no problem for me. I had my original receipt in my email. I showed him the email, the order number, and they were able to swap out for a direct replacement for me. And when I was there, I asked about the warranty, and they said, for $250 you can get the Microsoft Complete, which will replace the computer no matter what kind of damages there are, up to 2 times. So I went ahead and purchased that because I figured, like I said in the first video, I plan on working with this laptop for the next 2 years. So I need this thing to work. I need to have insurance on there, basically, that is going to cover me from breaking this device again accidentally, even though, like I said, I never dropped it or anything like that. I take very good care of it, and I was pretty much heartbroken that it cracked. And I also went ahead and purchased a screen protector. So I'll link this down in the video description. This is what I purchased for the Surface Book 2. I have the 15-inch model, so I really think that this is going to be a good product. I'm not affiliated with this company at all. I went on Amazon and I just looked for Surface Book 2 screen protector, and this one came up and it looked pretty good. It was $50, so I decided to give it a chance. So again, I'm not affiliated with this company. It's just something I paid for on my own. I can't really speak for its durability and how long it's going to last for, but I can tell you that when I got it, it was packaged well. It looks like it's pretty nice. I think it's going to hold up well. It was very easy to install. All I did was take my Surface Book 2, I detached the screen, I laid it flat, I turned it off, I cleaned it, and I placed it down very carefully and lined it up. It came out really well. I'm not sure if you'll be able to make this out in the video at all, but there is a screen protector now on the Surface Book 2 screen. I'm hoping that this will prevent any future cracks along the outer edge because, again, with the Surface Book 2, especially the model I have, the 15-inch model, it's a heavier computer and there's more real estate across that screen. So I think it's more susceptible than the 13-inch model to cracking if you pick it up by the front of the computer. So my advice to you Surface Book 2 owners and those of you looking at getting the Surface Book 2, I didn't know, I've never seen a video out there like the one that I did demonstrating the crack that I got, but I was told that it was cracked from me picking it up, like this from the front. So yeah, be very careful because of this little gap here. You're resting the front glass of the computer on a magnesium body, which if it has enough weight and enough force, it could crack the display. And apparently that's what happened to mine. So I do think for $50, having the screen protector is going to help. At least it can't hurt. And I really like knowing that I have the Microsoft Complete. I personally didn't know about Microsoft Complete when I purchased this because I purchased it on the website, so I didn't have a salesperson there telling me, hey, do you want a warranty? I don't recall ever seeing anything on the website about it, so that was new to me. For those of you that commented, thanks for that. I did buy it now, so luckily I was able to do that. But if you're watching this and you're looking at buying a Surface Book 2, just know that it might be worth spending a little bit extra to get that insurance plan. So overall, I feel really fortunate. You know, I know my Surface Book 2 was expensive and it was only right around 2 months old, maybe just slightly under 2 months. But being that it was so new, it's still technically, according to Microsoft, was accidental damage, even though I was honest and I didn't drop it or hit it or anything like that. It literally broke from me picking it up. I'm super fortunate and happy that things worked out in my favor, that they were able to waive that fee and replace my device for free. And, you know, I was grateful for that. So that's why I decided to jump out and buy that complete coverage. Because like I said, I grab this in and out of my bag several times a day, and I don't always have time to, you know, carefully pick it up. Not saying that I over pick it up, but I feel like since it broke, I've changed mentally to kind of just, now that I know that it's capable of doing that, I will say that I'm now picking it up from the hinge instead of the front. So, I am putting it in my briefcase like this. So I'm going to grab it by the hinge and place it inside with this part down in the bag. So that way when I grab it back out, I'm grabbing it here by the hinge, and I'm trying my best basically to not pick up the computer by the front edge where it cracked last time, because obviously it didn't work out well for me. So just advice to those of you out there who either have a Surface Book 2 or want to get one. I still think that this is a phenomenal computer. I'm super grateful. Thank you to Miguel and Jeremy, the guys who helped me out at my Microsoft store. I'm really grateful. I'm really happy that they stood behind their product, even though they didn't stand behind it the first trip to the store. They made up for it and they stood behind their product the second time. They didn't give me a hard time about it. He listened to my story, was respectful, and in the end, it was a pretty quick exchange. I was in and out of there in probably 15 minutes. So this device is brand new. It came in the box brand new. It wasn't like a refurbished unit. So I'm really happy with that. And again, hopefully if you're out there, you're learning before off of my bad experience. I hope to teach you that, you know, it is a great computer. You just have to be a little bit more careful. And hopefully down the road in the future, they'll change up the design a little bit to where we don't have to worry about picking it up like that. But even with that, like I said, this is a great device. I'm super happy to have it, and now I feel more assured that I'm going to be able to use this device for years to come. So thank you guys for checking out. Thank you to those of you who commented with your tips and everything to help me, because it was your advice that actually helped me call back and get this thing replaced. I'd really appreciate it if you would take the time to subscribe to my channel. Help me get that 1,000 subscribers. I'm really trying to push there. So really appreciate all the support from those of you who are subscribed. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next video.